person ever to serve as White House press secretary will hold the first briefing under Trump's second administration. Caroline Levitt will field questions from the press following just over a week of major policy shifts issued by the president through a barrage of executive orders and actions. Here's a quick reminder of the most recent orders. They include abolishing diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, reinstating troops discharged for refusing the COVID vaccine, establishing a process to develop an Iron Dome defense system, and officials have been asked to come up with a policy for transgender service members. Also at the top of mind for lawmakers, a memo from the White House Budget Office putting a pause on federal grants and loans. We expect the White House to address some of these orders during this briefing, and we'll bring that to you live when Levitt takes the podium. Meanwhile, a look at how all of this is playing out on Capitol Hill. Senate Democrats are now calling on Republicans to delay a vote on President Trump's nominee for White House Budget Director Russell Vought. Remember, if confirmed, he would lead the office that released that memo ordering a freeze on all federal financial assistance. Our very own CBS News congressional correspondent Nikole Killion was in that room asking the tough questions, and she joins us now. Nikole, what did you learn from that?
Well, basically, Senate Democrats are outraged and alarmed by the action that the Trump administration is taking in terms of enacting this freeze later today on federal funding. Many lawmakers say that they have been getting calls left and right from various constituencies and groups trying to figure out exactly how this may impact them. And so they said, this could impact everything from, funding for schools, for childcare, for Head Start, for Meals on Wheels, for potentially disaster aid, infrastructure grants. So there is a lot of concern, not only to mention that Congress holds the power of the purse. So their main argument is they believe that the actions that the administration is taking is unconstitutional, and they do expect it's possible some legal action could follow suit. Additionally, of course, we also have the upcoming budget vote, or the vote in the Budget Committee of Russell Vought, who is the president's pick to lead the Office of Management and Budget. And so one potential course of action is also to hold up that nomination. Take a listen to my question to senators on their next steps. Can you lay out more specifically what actions you do plan to take to try to restore funding? And specifically, Mr. Ranking Member, can you talk about the strategy to try to block Mr. Vought's nomination, and if you plan to block any other nominees of the president in protest?
We are speaking out loudly and clearly. We're having a press conference hours after we found about this. We are making sure that everyone understands what is at stake here. We are asking our Republican colleagues to join us. They, too, have something at stake in following the rule of law here, as I just talked about. And Senator Merkley is going to talk about the nomination vote for Vought himself.
It's so profoundly disturbing, as Senator Murray has pointed out, to have someone stand before you and say, well, I just don't agree with what the court decided about the constitutionality of impoundments, and we're going to do what.
So as you heard there from Senator Merkley, he is the ranking member on the Senate Budget Committee. Again, that committee is due to vote on Russ Vought's confirmation as OMB Budget Director this coming Thursday. So what he was telling me is that, Democrats are kind of hamstrung in the sense that they are in the minority, so they can't technically block his nomination, but they are encouraging their Republican colleagues on the committee to hold this vote and to not move forward with it anytime soon until this issue over federal funding can be resolved.
All right, Nikole, as you know, we are on confirmation watch. Breaking right now at this hour, Trump's transportation secretary pick, Sean Duffy, sailing across the finish line in his confirmation process. So who could be next here?
Well, I think the main nominee we're keeping eyes on is Pam Bondi. She, of course, is the president's pick for attorney general. Of course, we have seen also the Trump administration take a lot of action within the Justice Department just recently in terms of firing a number of officials, for instance, who were involved in Jack Smith's investigation, the former special counsel who had two cases that were ultimately thrown out against the president when he was then president-elect. So Obviously, that is one that we're keeping close tabs on, but there are a number of nominees that could potentially advance this week, another one being Elise Stefanik, the president's pick for a U.S. ambassador to the United Nations. Her confirmation hearing went off really without much of a hitch, so she is expected to win bipartisan support. But as I mentioned, also Russ Vought, we're keeping close eyes on that to see whether or not his confirmation makes it out of committee this week, which would then mean it moves to the floor, or whether Democrats might have some success in persuading Republicans to hold that vote and stop it for now.